Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Whitefish, Montana. And welcome, it is Monday. I trust you have all had a wonderful Monday. I have had a very productive Monday, and I love it when I'm productive. That's just one of my things that brings me joy, that fills me my cup. I love being productive. It makes me feel good inside, in here. And so today has been quite the productive day. I've been prepping catalogs for mailing, still waiting on my order. So I can't finish them and mail them out yet because I'm making some cute surprises for you all with the catalogs. Hi, Missy. Great to see you on here. So let's see. You're just watching tonight, Sharon? That's okay. Let's see. There we go. So I know Amy's trying to get on because she's checked in. She sent me a picture. She had her ingredients ready to go so she could make this card tonight. And the whole idea of this mystery make-along, excuse me, is for you to use the supplies that you have to make a card. All the cards that I make are generic or general enough for you to apply it to any colors cardstock that you have, any stamp set that you have, any dies or punches that you have. Nothing is that it has to be like mine. That's why it's a mystery. Yours comes out different than mine. And then of course I always encourage you to post your picture. That would only be on Facebook, not on YouTube. So those of you on YouTube, if you want to post your picture of what your card from tonight's make along looks like, you need to hop over to Facebook if you have it and go to Junebug Creations 29 and post your picture there after this live is over, because I'd love to see how your card turns out, because mine is going to be different than yours unless you just happen to grab the same stamp sets and colors of paper. So yeah, yay Amy, that's right. So I trust she's finding us on either Facebook or YouTube. So all right, so she says she's there. She thinks she's there now, so hopefully we'll see her pop in. Amy, if you are here, just give me a quick hello, just so we know you found us. Otherwise, Missy, if you could respond to her in that chat and see if you can help her if she's struggling. So, Missy's like sometimes my right-hand person. She keeps me on my toes, that's for sure, making sure that I'm doing what I say I'm going to do. So that's good. It's always nice to have a friend like that, right? You got to have someone who's like, hey, you said you were going to do this. Are you doing that? It's like, oh, yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and switch to the other camera. And here are our ingredients, or here are the ingredients that I chose. Not everybody's going to have chosen the same things. So you needed to have an envelope because we got to have an envelope, right? So I'm going to set that aside. I chose black as my card base because I really wanted these other colors to pop. So I chose black as my card base, and it's cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. So we're going to fold that over. I'm expecting my husband and son to come home anytime and walk through. The downside of having this great craft room is that it's right inside the front door. So that's great for when people come over for classes. They don't have to go through the rest of my house. But when the family comes home, then they have to sneak on through. So you might see somebody or two people go up those stairs sometime during this live, and that's just the way it works right now until I can get a room that doesn't have that. But there's no other room big enough for doing this unless I give up my living room, and I'm not quite ready to give up a living room. I still like having a place to just kind of gather and chat and stretch and do all those kinds of things. Our TV's upstairs in the computer room, so that's not affected. But anyway, so then I chose Pear Pizzazz and Polished Pink. Both colors are retiring. I did not double check before I got on today as to whether everything I'm using is still available. I did pick the things before I sent everything out. I did pick things that were available at that time, but I did not double check tonight. But these are two colors that are retiring, Pear Pizzazz and Polished Pink. Great colors. I'm also using, where is it? Here we go. The Polished Pink ink, and you'll see we're going to do a new little fun technique tonight. So I'm using these 2 strips, and then we have this smaller sheet, which is the smaller piece of white, which is 2.5 by 3 1/4. And then we have this one, which is the 4 by 5 1/4. Hi, Amy. Yeah, I don't know. It seems to work great the way you have it now. The craft room, is that what you're talking about, Sharon? I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. So, yeah, I wonder if I don't know if she's trying to do, yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Missy. I appreciate you helping out. All right. The craft room. You know what? It's just got to work because this is what I've got. I don't have any other place really that I could do this with this size to be able to allow for a table, the 2 counters, the other side. So this is it. So it just means that periodically I have to have people traipse through because I did not go unlock the back door before I started. So this is for the inside of our card. And then I don't know if you could see it in the picture. We have just a little flag here. So it's about 3/4 of an inch or so, a little more than 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. And then I just used the punch to flag it, or you can use your scissors to flag it. And I chose a color that matched my card base just so that it would stand out with the rest of the color. So I'm going to set that there so I don't lose it. And then the 2 embossing folders that I chose are also retiring embossing folders. So Pretty Flowers and Twigs and Sprigs 3D. And I don't know if you can see there's something in there. Well, this, and you know what? I didn't even use this. I think I used it one time to make a few. This is a die. And you can see that it has these ridges right here, and it cuts out the paper. So I have an extra piece of paper so I can show you what it looks like, but I'm not cutting it today for what I'm doing. I'm going to use it without the die just because I wanted the greenery to go along with the flowers. Okay, so this just kind of fits in there. It kind of lodges in, and then I'll show you with this piece of Pear Pizzazz, and I might use it as an embellishment on my card, what it does. So we're going to do the embossing first. I need this and this. All right, and then I have my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So we will go ahead and move this here. And then when you are embossing, if you have a 3D folder like this one where it's thick, and well, I put this on, but it's a 3D folder where it's thicker, then all you need are your plates 1 and 4. So you have plate 1, and then you have plate 4. If you're catching this on a replay, go ahead and put replay, and you can still go ahead and post a picture of your card when you're done. Replays are kind of nice for what we're doing because if I'm going too fast, then you have a chance. Hi, Amy, you made it. Yay. All right, right now, Amy, I am just demonstrating this one. We have not started on the card yet. I'm just demonstrating this one hybrid embossing folder. So I put the die in there, and then when you open it up and you take the die out, then you have all these cut pieces that you can use as embellishments on your cards. Eek. All right, and then this I suppose you could use, but I usually toss it because there's only so much scrap I can use and reuse. It probably would make a cute little pic thing popped up or something, but I'm just not going there tonight. So then these are all my cute little leafy embellishments that I can use for this. I'm seeing all kinds of ideas because the technique we're going to use tonight would look really cool on this. So if you have it or if you want it, it was available last time I checked, but now I have all these cool little leafy things. So I'm going to keep these out because I might want to use them for my card tonight. All right, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my green one and I'm going to stick it in here where I feel like I have the most greenery, which is on this side, and close it. And then I'm going to run through. So Amy, we are taking one of our front panels and running it through one of our embossing folders. Now, if you don't want to use two different embossing folders, then just put both panels into the same embossing folder. So like if I had the brick wall or something, I would probably put both of them in the same and just have two different colors versus two different patterns. So this is that same thing except without cutting out all the greenery. Then I'm going to use this embossing folder, and it's a standard one. See how much it folds? So this one is the 3D. You can see it doesn't move very much, but this one bends a lot. So this one, we actually need plate 1, plate 3, and then your other plate 3, because it's a standard, so it's thinner. And I'm going to stick my other colored panel in here like this. And it doesn't have to be straight or anything. I just want some pattern. We're going to put that in here. If you can hear the dog barking, I'm not sure why. She barks at anything. She barks at the mailman all the way out on the highway. Sometimes she barks at the cars going by on the highway. Crazy, right? Because they do it all day long. And you just never know what she's barking at. All right, so then I have this fun pattern. All right. Okay, now I want to still use this one. So you're going to choose one of, hold on, let me see the comments. Amy found us. That's a great room. Yeah, it is a great room. I really am not complaining whatsoever about the room. Just the front door being right there and people having to sometimes go through. Christine would be proud of me. Yes, using all the embossing folders, I've become quite not as big an embossing folder queen as she is, but I'm getting there. Yeah, the hybrid folders are really cool. So we have the citrus one now, and then this one is retiring. Bummer, but it will be in June. I'm going to be doing the BOGO mystery boxes, and so this will be one of those items. Although if you really want it and you send me a message and you're one of the first people to, I would consider selling this once it is fully retired. I can't sell it before then. All right, so now what we're going to do is choose one of your embossing folders, and I'm going to choose my flowered one. And you're going to take this little paper and we're going to be putting it inside here. All right. And the flower one, yeah, this one is a cold flower one. Now, before we put this inside here, we're going to put ink inside here. All right, you're thinking, whoa, all you're going to have to do is run it underwater when we're done, or use your chamois. So I'm going to take my ink pad and I'm just going to swipe it on here. Just, I don't even need this much space. Just like this. My dog is going crazy. Can you hear the dog? Comment dog if you can hear the dog. She's going ape. All right, so I have that all inked up. Now I'm going to lay this here. Then I'm going to bring this down. Don't get your fingers on it, like that. And now I'm going to run this through here like this. This is so fun. Could you see when we're done with this, you'll see that this one would be a great one to do this with as well, and even cut it out at the same time. All right, so now, oh my gosh, that dog. Ah! All right, so now we've run it through, we inked it, and when we carefully open this up so that we don't get it all over the place, look, we have that all inked up. Now, you can do it two different ways. You could put ink on this side and then emboss it, and then everything here that's white would be pink, and then everything that's pink would be white. So it just depends. So I'm going to carefully close this so I don't get it all over. And then when I'm done, I'm just going to run it underwater and the ink will just come right off. So I'm going to set that over there. Good grief. All right, so look at that. Doesn't that look so cool? Now, this one, there must have been really juicy, or I swiped it too hard. And this was one I did earlier. I did this yesterday, or when I was setting this up Saturday or Sunday. So it's already dried in, same color and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one because it doesn't have this little blooper here, and this isn't dry. So I'm gonna set that aside because you wanna just kind of let it dry for a little minute or two so it can just kind of sink into the paper. But doesn't that just look so cool? Now, can you imagine if it was reversed? If I had water, I would reverse it. Then the pink and the flower and the leaves, everything would be pink, and this part would be white. Cool. I've done this with other ones, and I really just like the look, and this just worked for this card. So there's that. We're done with the embossing machine, embossing cut machine for the moment. All right. So let's start putting a few things together. All right, so we have our card base. Hi, Covina, nice to see you on here. You just watched somebody do something similar like that on YouTube? Yeah, I've seen it. I've been doing it for years. I just don't do it all the time. It's just whenever the idea hits, like the other night. It just seemed like the right thing to do with this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take these, I think I'm going to do this way, and we're going to put them on here. You choose which one on which side, depending on what your embossing folders were like. We're going to go ahead and glue them down. There should be just a slight separation here. Should be about the same all the way around, and the center, the little bit of black that will be showing. So let's go ahead and do this, and I need my light now for this. It doesn't look, when I look up at the camera, it doesn't look like it's dark in here, but then when I go to glue something or work on something, it does look dark. All right, so here we go. Let's do this. All right, so are you a fan of green glue, or do you like the Stampin' Seal? I like the Stampin' Seal if I'm dealing with ribbon. Otherwise, I am a green glue girl all the way. Now for scrapbooking, I use the Stampin' Seal or my other tape runners for scrapbooking. Definitely I use that. I don't use glue in my scrapbooks with pictures. But for card making, it's perfect because it gives us a little bit of wiggle room. So tell me if you are a Stampin' Seal, if you are team Stampin' Seal or team green glue. All right. Got that one a little bit too close to the edge, but that's okay. It's not quite even. Amy, maybe you'll have a better time. And Sharon and Amy, or Sharon and Missy, I trust, and Covina, I trust you're going to try this card afterwards. Sometimes it's easier to just watch and then go back and replay and do it after. So let us know if you do that. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit because it just dawned on me that I'm kind of zoomed out. So there I have my two kinds, and then we're going to be putting this over here like this, but not yet. And we will be using dimensionals, so I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on it right now, but we're not going to stick it down quite yet because we still have some embellishing that we need to do. All right, so that's going to be going over there, but don't stick it down yet. And then I'm going to pull out my stamp set. So I'm using the Butterfly Brilliance, which is also retiring. I have not used it as much as I should have, and of course all these ideas of what I could do with it now come floating through my head, but now it's going away. So Covina likes the glue, Missy likes the glue. They both have their time and place. Yes, I agree, they do. They really do. All right. So these I did just so I could see what these other things looked like. So these were pretty cool. I didn't use them for this card tonight, but that's okay. It is what it is. All right, so now this is this is a background stamp. This takes a whole big old giant block. We no longer are carrying the Stamparatus. I still have the Stamparatus. Ooh, that looks like I need to clean it. I still have the Stamparatus, and I'll probably always have it. If you really want one, I hear they're going on eBay for a whole lot of money, so I don't know if it's worth it. I really don't. It's one of the better types of tools out there in that style. From what I'm told, I've never used the other brands, so I don't know that, but I just, oh, this isn't what I want. Oh, actually, I guess we do. I wanna stamp one of them. So,
yeah, I'm not making any noise.
I know, you're not making any noise. Oh, I see paper pumpkin boxes in his hand. Woo, finally got my paper pumpkins. That's what's going on Wednesday. All right, so I want to get my scrap paper out. Could you hear the dog? Did any of you say dog? Could you hear her whining and carrying on like a crazy thing? Oh my goodness. So I don't see anyone saying dog, so I guess maybe you couldn't hear her, but Lord have mercy, she was really, even he was surprised. All right, so I'm going to take my ink, and I just want to catch this one butterfly for the inside of my card. And since I can't cut it, I never cut them apart. Some people cut them apart. I couldn't bring myself to do that. I have cut sentiments apart, but not this whole thing, because then it wouldn't fit perfectly for the die. And I'll show you what I mean here in a moment. So I just want this one butterfly for inside. See how hard it is to manhandle this giant thing? Oh, bummer. I'll have to cover that with something. Obviously, I don't know what that is. I guess I got that other butterfly. All right. So then I'm going to do this one over here. So I've used these a fair amount, but I did not use it as much as I should. So that's my goal this next time around, is try not to buy and buy and buy and buy and not use anything. I plan to use it. So let me go ahead and clean this off so I can show you. And so sometimes that's the nice thing about the chamois, is you can just grab it and use it to clean. Remember, when you order a chamois, I send you the case as a gift from me, because you would have to buy 4 cases to get the one. So I just send it as a gift. That's just my thing. I don't know what anyone else does, but that's what I do. So we're going to go ahead and put this back. Ooh, that came off. Back in here. And so I want to show you these dies. So this one die will cut out all of these. So when you stamp this whole thing, here you go. When you stamp this whole thing, then you can turn it over and you can die cut all these butterflies. And then they come out individually, not as one whole thing. So that's super cute if you want to do that. And then each one of them has an overlay as well. All right, each one has an overlay as well. That's pretty cool. Tonight I am using this one. So I'm going to, but I need a solid one. So I need to use this because I'm going to cut out that butterfly instead of stamping. So let me move this out of the way and get my scrap paper. Where's my black? I love having my scrap paper right here. Missy, these things are amazing. I think you need to send 31, or I need to send 31 a note saying, no, don't stop selling these. They're the best thing since sliced bread for crafting. Goodness, they're awesome. All right, so let's move this out of the way. We'll bring this back in. I'm going to cut out, well, I didn't want white. That's not what I want. I don't want white. I want pink. I want a polished pink. dropping things all over the place. I want a polished pink butterfly. All right, so we're going to bring in, because we're using dies, we're going to use plate 1, plate 2, plate 3. Then I need my pink. And I'm just going to go ahead, and we'll see, can I cut 3 full ones? Trying to maximize this paper. Okay, I can cut 2 full ones of those, it looks like. We'll see. All right, and then plate 3 again on top. Oops, that moved. Here we go. All right, set this down like that. And let's see, this is the one I really want. The other one is too big for this card. There's just not enough room on the card for it. So, all right. And then, did I get a whole? Ooh, I did get a whole one. Nice. Nice, here we go. These are partial butterflies. I don't need any partial butterflies. So, clear that off. And then this was what I wanted, was my solid. And now what I want to do, I'm going to use this black. I'm trying to think if I have a smaller piece of black, that would be better. Oh yeah, I do. Instead of using that giant piece. Save that for when I really need a larger piece. Oh look, perfect. It was made just for that. See, scraps. You can't live without them. It saves paper. All right, so here you go. We're going to, there we go, put that in. So we have plate 1, 2, 3, paper, die, plate 3. And because this is one of those that's a little more detailed, we want to use that. And hang on, forgot my brush. So with your take your pick tool that you've seen me use numerous times, you can get a brush and it comes with 2 foam pads, and I will show you how to use them. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Some of it comes off. I'll clean that up later. I'm gonna get this out of the way. All right. So then what you do when you have a delicate detailed die like that, can we zoom in a little bit more so you can see it? There we go. Is it easier to see that way? Nope, not really. All right, so then you're going to take your brush and gently roll over all those little pieces. And it's going to help have them pop out. I'm getting hair. All right, so you can see how it's, and then sometimes you have to go in with the other end because there's always stubborn pieces. So then you'll go in with this end on the ones that didn't fall out. Got something on this side. And then we'll take this one out. We want this one out. So I usually roll it back and forth in the machine 3 or 4 times. I didn't count how many I did it this time. And then I use the brush, and then whatever the brush doesn't get out and the machine doesn't get out, then I just use the take your pick tool. And it gets it out. If it attaches back here, I just use my fingernail. But you want to make sure to get all those little loose pieces out. There we go. So that it looks like that. Isn't that so pretty? Wait till you see what we do. Now, look at that. It's going to go on there, but I don't want it solidly laid down. If you want it solidly laid down, I highly recommend you use the adhesive sheets. That'll be way easier. But for me, I just want the center down. So I'm going to just put glue here on the center. I just want the body stuck down. I want it to be able to flutter. I don't want it to be glued down. All right, so then I'm going to center it on here and press that down. but you can see how it lifts. Can you see that? And that just gives it a little bit more. All right, a little bit more. Oh, I forgot the gems. What do we have over here? Oh, we have these, but those, well, we could add a few extra butterflies. They have a lot of these, so if there's anything you want, if you want to be able to order something and not have it be out of stock, they have lots of these. So go order some butterfly ones. Let's see. Help me out here. Do we want the iridescent rhinestones or pearls? I'm leaning towards the iridescent rhinestones myself. What do you think? Help me out here. And then, nope, those are too odd shaped. And then just there's regular, ooh, there's these. I want to do a few along the body is what I'm looking at. So help me figure out, do I want to use these, which don't graduate in size, so that's not, oh, they kind of do. The pearls or the iridescent rhinestones. I'm leaning towards this one. Let me know what you think. I'll take this off. I don't know. They change color. You can kind of see there how they change color. And then we have the pink ones here, or the white pearls. And that's all I have that I think would work. I have others, but I don't think they would work. So let me know what you think. Let me see. Rhinestones, just plain old rhinestones? Or are you talking about the iridescent rhinestones? You will not be getting rid of your Stamparatus. No, Sharon, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, they're going for like $135 on eBay, I heard today, but I'm not. I'm keeping mine. Just like I kept my envelope maker, I'm keeping the Stamparatus because there's a time and place for it. If I'm making a bunch of the same cards, I'm definitely using my Stamparatus. So I'm not going. Okay, the iridescent, that's the way I was leaning to, Missy. Thank you. All right, so let's go back to this. What are we going to do here? You know what I could do? Ha, look at that. I can hide my boo-boo with a piece of paper. So I'm just going to, here's the easiest way. I'm going to put a line of glue. Ooh, that was a little thick over there. Let me smooth it out. I'm going to put a line of glue, and then I'm going to lay this down. Probably should have embossed it to match the front, but that's okay. I can look from the back to make sure it's straight, like that. That's the nice part of, oops, sorry. That's the nice part about liquid glue, is you can have some wiggle room. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and snip it off. So that was not my plan, but that works. And it helps hide my oops with my stamping. So cool, right? I guess we're kind of zoomed in a little bit much. We'll go back out. All right, so let's go ahead and put this on the inside so I don't actually drop ink. I was dropping ink earlier while I was planning out something for the live tonight. So I've got another live coming up after a Zoom meeting that I have, a training. So that'll be after 7 o'clock Mountain Time, so after 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Sorry, Missy. And I will be doing the live in the Hustle and Heart. And I think if they fixed it, I should be able to go live in all three places. The shopping group, my page, and my YouTube. If they fixed it. I was able to do it in one of my groups, but I don't know if they've had a chance to do it. So hopefully they have. Otherwise, I have to go old school and use my telephone and hook my phone up there today when I was a little late because I had to put my camera back up. It was like, what? All right, so now I'm going to be putting this here, and I'm going to be putting this one over here. So you can see where it's going to be off. So I want to put some dimensionals down here so that it is hanging off there, but not getting all wonky. So do I just want two? I think I'm going to put one in the center because I want to make sure that it is done, and then we can go ahead and stick these down. Amy, how's it going? Are you able to follow along? Am I going too fast? Let me know. Can't wait to see what you used. All right, so I'm going to put this a little bit higher than center because of the butterfly. That looks so cool. I really love that look. And you can do it with pretty much any embossing folder, depending on the look that you want. All right, and then I'm going to put him right here. And see, he looks all fluttery because it's not laid flat, so he looks more alive. And then we had our little black flag, which is supposed to go right here. Like, oh, I got it. Here we go. I have it a little too far, and I'm going to put this one down flat. So I'm just going to put some glue on here, and then I'm going to use my handy dandy tweezers because it just makes it easier. And I'm going to slide this. It actually is supposed to be higher up, and I cut it. I put my dimensional too close to the edge, so let's see. There we go. So it's supposed to be a little higher up, not too far down. And I think what I'm going to do is stick one of these brass butterflies on there. And with these, I tend to use, nope, not this end. I knew there was something, because it's just easier to pick them up that way. And I'm going to go ahead and do one there and one there. So now I have 3 butterflies, because you know me, I gotta have odd numbers. 1 was good, but 3 is better. All right. And then you could use your Wink of Stella. I think we need to use our Wink of Stella, don't you? Everybody say wink, wink, wink. If you agree, I think we need to use the Wink of Stella. I haven't used this one in a while. All right, let's make sure we don't get it all over the place. Don't squeeze it over your card. To get it going, it says push on each side. You want to get it going, you're going to watch right in here. All right, but you don't want to do too much because you don't see it drips. So then we'll do our Wink of Stella on the black. There we go. So I'm just doing the Wink of Stella on my black, just to give, because butterflies are shimmery, right? Everybody comment shimmer if you agree that butterflies have a shimmer. So butterflies need the Wink of Stella. I fully, wholeheartedly think so. They just need it. And so then you can just swipe it on. When it feels like it's not quite, see, you can just pick it up from there too. And if you get some on your background, it's okay, because that's still part of the butterfly. Can you see the shimmer? I don't know if you can see the shimmer. I'll try and hold it so you can see the shimmer. It's really pretty, especially on that black. Oh my gosh. Can you see the shimmer? There you go. There, okay, there it just looks wet. It's drying, but you can kind of see some of the shimmer on the parts that have dried. So, oh my gosh, I love that. See, that's another thing, I forget to use these. I do. And you want to make sure to store them standing up with the brush up. All right, otherwise all that stuff is going to just run into your lid, and you don't want that. So we have a little bit of Wink of Stella, and then we were going to use our, I want to get this out of the way so I don't accidentally mess up my card. We're going to use these. There's 3 different sizes on these. I don't think the large one would look good. So we're just going to use the mediums and the small. And I'm going to put that in the center of his body. Oop. Oh, that's kind of wet. I might not have wanted to put that Wink of Stella on. Hadn't even thought of that. and then here. And here. And I'm going to use a smaller one for his head. Oh. Oh. We want them to line up. And then let's see if the small one will fit on the tail. Yep. Is that a small one? Yep, that's a small one. Yeah, I shouldn't have done the body. I got so excited with that wink of Stella. Oh my gosh. Don't really need the gems with the wink. Yeah, but look how it added to it. You kind of did need the gems. You did, because look how much it added to that. That is so pretty. I'm loving it. All right, so I have a few of the larger ones here. I'm going to put those. Oh, I had some more small ones. I thought that was it. I'm going to put, you know what? I think that would be overkill, actually, because we have those brass butterflies on there. But I think that works. What do you think? Yes? All right, so envelope. I'm going to run the envelope flap through the embossing folder because I like to do those kinds of things. So I'm going to run it through without the ink. Ooh, nope, I'm going to run it through with the ink. So let's get that black off of there. And you can use that brush to get this stuff off too. I'm just using my fingernail right now. So this would be plate 1 and 3. And then I'm going to bring this back. Carefully open it up. Oop. Grab my ink. I'm going to swipe one side like this, wide enough for my flap. So with this, you got to be really careful. Let's see, I want it this way. You're going to get a little on the inside, but you know you're going to be closing it and sealing it, so they're not even going to see. You're not going to want to lick it closed though. So we're going to do that, and then send it through sideways, and this way it will match our card. How fun is that? Bet you didn't think of that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this is sticking. Static. All right. So far, so good. Okay, so I swiped a little too hard so it got on there, but you know what? They're not going to know that that's a boo-boo. They're going to think that's the way it's supposed to be. So now I have an envelope flap that matches the coolest part of my card, which is this. Okay, the butterfly's pretty cool too. You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying. Say, I got it, if you get what I'm saying. So now we have the matchy-matchy. All right, let's close this before I put something in it with the envelope flap. And this will lighten up to look like this so that it'll match. So at first it's dark and it doesn't look like the same color, but once it dries out and sinks in, then it will. And so there we have our card for Mystery Make-Along on April 17th. I can't wait to see your card, Amy and Missy and Sharon and Covina. So make sure when you do get it done to go ahead and post it on the Facebook Live if you have Facebook, which I know you all have Facebook. The other thing that I wanted to tell you about is Wednesday is free shipping. I haven't made a post about it yet. I wanted to tell you live first. Wednesday is free shipping. So make sure that you get your order ready before then because it's just 24 hours. So like from midnight to midnight. You have 24 hours if you need any help, if you have any questions. Now's your chance to get as many of the retiring products as you can. Or you can get products that are carrying over. If you have questions about how to do that, if you have questions as to what's available and you're finding yourself spending too much time online, just let me know. I am happy to help you. I will be home on Wednesday. I substitute tomorrow, but I am home on Wednesday. Thank goodness. The last time they did a free shipping, I was subbing all day. That made it difficult to help people. But I am home this Wednesday, so make sure you reach out to me through Messenger or text me or email me. junebugcreations29@gmail.com if you have any questions. So thank you so much for joining. You got it. You got it. Good. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Amy, thank you for making along with me. I trust that the rest of you get to the point where you can too. And I am working on getting that email out sooner and posting sooner so that you have more time to get your supplies ready. I've already planned out what's going to be for next week. I just need to get it posted, get a picture made and post it for you. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it, and I will see you possibly later on at 7. If you're in Hustle and Heart, come join me over there because you'll see me for sure. Crossing my fingers it works out to do it here on Junebug Creations and YouTube as well. Thanks everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.